Sometimes you're tempted to draft a player simply because of his name. Well, I'm here to tell you to avoid those players and to draft these guys instead at a particular ADP. 3 must-draft players I love, and I'm going to make you aware of some of the players that you may be tempted to grab around that ADP that you need to avoid. So I'm excited to share these 3 must-draft players with you today. Happy Father's Day here today. I'm excited to share this day with you. Happy Sunday. I was just going on my social. If you guys aren't following on Insta, make sure you guys are following. I just shared on my story mode today. Lost my dad in 2015 on Father's Day, which happened to be Sunday the 21st. I believe this is the first Sunday the 21st in 11 years. So very important day for me. I'm going to go visit him today at the cemetery. It's helped make me stronger. It was really hard. It still continues to be hard, but we get through it every single day, especially if you had a good relationship with your dad. We used to watch sports a lot. So that's one of the main reasons I do what I do. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. If you haven't called your dad, make sure you guys do that today. You only got one. Well, most of you guys, hopefully you only got one. Some people have multiple ones, but it is what it is. Every situation is different. But yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody here and have yourself a great day. Okay, subscribe, thumbs up, turn on the bell. Daily videos coming your way. And let's get to these 3 must-draft players. First one here is Quinshon Judkins here, 57 overall. Is ADP. Love this guy here. I think I just read a report on this guy. And by the way, I'm going to give you guys some players as well that you need to avoid at that ADP where he's coming off. But let me tell you right now what I just read about him. Cleveland Browns running back Quinshon Judkins appears to have regained his confidence and explosiveness on the field after suffering a serious knee injury in his 2025 season, according to head coach Todd Monken. Okay, so that's good news. That's promising. A guy that I'm really high on. 54 overall, so we're looking at round 5 ADP. Now, what I want to focus on in this episode is like who's coming off in and around that ADP that you may be tempted to grab, and I do like the upside of Judkins over them. So we see Judkins at 54. We got Bucky Irving and Swift coming off around the same ADP, give or take. I see Swift here on 56 ADP, Bucky around 55, similar ADP, again, give or take, Bucky Irving, Swift, and then Mike Evans, ADP 53. So if you're looking at like Judkins or any one of these guys, I'd be more tempted to draft Judkins just based on upside. Remember, last year had a ton of attempts, right? There's no competition. They didn't draft anybody else. They improved the O-line. So a lot of things looking really promising for Quinshon Judkins this year. That's why I'm just like tempted to say, hey, man, if I'm drafting somebody, Judkins is very tempting at that 50, 54 ADP, give or take. Because again, some of these older names, Mike Evans has his share of injuries. You know, they've got other receivers. You got to get the guys who get the volume and upside. I always look for upside in my players, and that's what I'm trying to explain here in this video, okay? Second player I love. Again, Judkins is one. Great opportunity. Looking good. I think he'll be ready to go. They didn't draft anybody else. The second guy I absolutely love, okay? His last name is actually that. It's Jeremiah Love, okay? 31 overall ADP. Now you're saying, well, Joe, he's risky. He's in a committee. He's this and that. Like, I'd rather have T. Higgins, who's coming off at that ADP. 32 is T. Higgins' ADP, right? So when you're in the second to third round turn, you're like, and I would not be surprised as soon as training camp comes out and he's tearing up training camp that Jeremiah Love does not fall early second, late first. Like, I would not be surprised if that happens. But as of right now, I got him 31 overall, Higgins 32, Devontae Smith 30. I'm just giving you other samples at that ADP. Now, here's the thing, right? Jeremiah Love has the highest ceiling, highest paid rookie running back, pretty much all time, top 3 overall pick. Why would I get him? And I'm staring at the ADP and I'm looking at like T. Higgins. T. Higgins maxes out, guys. Maxes out. Let me get this completely clear at 110 targets. Give me the upside of Jeremiah Love, regardless of the committee, regardless of the situation, he is going to eat. I'm telling you, man. And a report came out, I think yesterday, saying that one of the writers for, I don't know what website it was, but regardless, one of these beat writers or whatever, and I might be misquoting it, but something along the line of, in the opinion of XYZ beat writer or whatever, or writer, that Jeremiah Love is slated to start. Yeah, no, you know what I mean? Like, no kidding, as I'm trying not to curse here. No, obviously he's going to start. Like, You don't just draft a guy third overall for him not to start. We got James Conner, who should have never started in the first place, was a backup to Le'Veon Bell for years. You have Trey Benson, who sucks, just cannot get it going. He's had years to wow us, we're not wowed. Algier's always been a backup, so it doesn't make sense why they even brought Algier in. I'll tell you exactly why they did, because Trey Benson is just, they know he sucks. And then Connor, they know that he gets hurt. So they're like, we need some insurance as backup. That's all it was, right? They're probably going to trade Benson, and Connor's Connor, right? He should have retired 4 years ago. So when I look at Jeremiah Love, man, the opportunity is there. And when you're looking at ADP, like Devontae Smith, Mekhi Lemon's going to take that wide receiver 1 spot. Smith has never been a 1. Like, that's why people look at it like, oh, Devontae Smith is the 1. He's never been a 1. He's not going to be a 1. He's a skinny little twig. He's really thin. He's a skinny dude. Like, he's not built to last as a wide receiver 1. It's like Mekhi Lemon, I mean, he's not the biggest guy either, but they drafted him high draft capital potentially to take that 1 spot. That's why they got rid of Brown. So I'd rather have Lemon later for the upside of him being a 1 than draft Devontae Smith early, because he's not a true 1. Does that make sense? Bottom line is I love, Jeremiah Love, all right? The last guy here, 84 overall, I'm going to tell you to draft him because the other guys around his ADP don't make sense to me, but you got RJ Harvey coming off at 86. We got Godwin 87. I mean, these guys, Ramondre Stevenson, who's going to lose his job. I can't believe this guy is even playing when you got Travion Henderson, but that's what the Patriots do. They destroy careers. They never utilize you to your full potential. But when I'm looking at these ADPs around 80 to 85 to 88, give or take, Stevenson's actually 78, Harvey 86, Godwin 87. The guy I'm talking about that I like here at that ADP over those guys is Brian Thomas Jr. We got Harvey in a committee. Like, I know it's tempting to say, oh, RJ Harvey, like the guy had a torn labrum or whatever, something in his shoulder. I don't even know what it's called, but we didn't know about that. He just came out with that news now. It's like, that's why they drafted a rookie. That's why they brought in Dobbins back. It's going to be a committee there. So Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be the 1 still, and he's trying to work for a contract. If I'm going for upside at that ADP, that's who I'm drafting here. So upside must draft player for me is Brian Thomas Jr. in and around that round 80 ADP. Like, it's a no-brainer compared to the other people around him. That's why I gave you Godwin. Like, Godwin sucks, man. Like, he's not going to do anything revolutionary that he hasn't done. So there's players that have had years to wow us, we're not wowed. Don't expect anything revolutionary, right? With Brian Thomas, he still has to get his mega contract. He's still young, had it coming off a down year. There's projection for him to go up. Does that make sense? So you got to look at like where they were, where they're going to be, who's trending up, who's trending down, who's just going to stay flat. And a lot of these guys at the ADP of Brian Thomas Jr., at the ADP of Jeremiah Love, at the ADP of Quinshawn Judkins are going to run flat. Like DeAndre Swift or Quinshawn Judkins. Like, it's a no-brainer to me. I'm going for upside of Quinshawn Judkins. Jeremiah Love or T. Higgins. Like, it's a no-brainer to me. I'm going Jeremiah Love. Does this make sense? And if you want this to make sense, and if you want the ironclad roster, make sure you guys do grab the 16-round drafts, which I've linked it below. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal player drafts each round. You will be light years ahead of the sheep in your league, without a doubt, okay? So if you're new to the channel, smash it, tap it, subscribe, interact with this video. And listen, I hope you guys have an outstanding Father's Day today. Go enjoy it, call dad, and have a great day, okay? Lion mentality. Let's eat.